Very good evening, everyone. So today I'm going to give a walkthrough on real-time roles and responsibilities of a business analyst completely live. So I'm going to showcase the live roles and responsibilities and also how to automate using AI tools, our duties of a BA. So if you're someone who was transitioning, who was planning to transition your career from non-IT to the IT, so if you are also someone who was worrying about the roles and responsibilities, whether you are capable of handling or not, please watch this video so that you'll get a complete awareness. And with that being said, we are going to kickstart our new batch soon. Please do enroll, and if you have any queries, please contact us to the mentioned contact number. I will also drop in the job in the description. So you can even reach out you can reach out to us so that we can clarify the doubts. So let's start our session. So business analyst first primary roles and responsibilities I would say was gathering the requirements. If you ask to anyone, so the first primary skill I would say was gathering the requirement from the stakeholders or product owner. So how exactly the duty will happen in real time. So if you pay attention on the screen, so here, so this is called a requirement. So this requirement is basically you get it from your project. Okay, the project that you are working on, the product owner will come to you and will say that, hey, hi, please write it down the requirement and help me to create a user story and acceptance criteria. So product owner will approach the business analyst and he will tell the business analyst, please note it down the requirement. So I was noted down the requirement as I highlighted. So this requirement, I took it from the sample example of the Book My Show. So Book My Show is also one of the project. So I took that as an example. So this requirement, the one which I took for now to explain you was basically user needs to type bookmyshow.com in Google and and needs to land into the home page and needs to select the preferred city and preferred city, and he needs to log in using the mail ID or mobile number, and needs to select the seat number and language and etc. So this is all about the requirement. So in the real time, product owner will come to you from the project requirement, and you as a business analyst needs to note down. Okay, so exactly how I noted down, you need to note it down in the same way. So as soon as once you are done with gathering the requirement, you need to ask questions. If you are as a business analyst has any confusion with this requirement, you need to ask and get clarified from your product owner. Okay, this is the first step as a business analyst, and the primary duty of a business analyst I would say was gathering the requirement. So this is how you need to note it down the requirement. Okay, so first step is done. I mean, first role of a business analyst is to gather the requirement. So this is how the activity will go on in real time also when you're started working as a business analyst. And the next step is to create the user story and acceptance criteria. So this user story and acceptance criteria is nothing but the one which you gather the requirement from the product owner. This is something looks like complex, right? Hard to understand. So these requirement you need to convert in such a way that is understandable to your technical team, like the developer, testing, your client, and everyone. So this definitely does not make any sense in understanding, because somewhat hard to understand and read. So you as a business analyst needs to convert this same into the user story and acceptance criteria. So this writing user story and acceptance criteria as a business analyst, you can also automate using AI tools. For example, I'm going to copy this requirement and I'll go to AI tool. So yeah, I'll go to AI tool and I will say I'll paste here. I'll paste here and I will say please create. One second. Yeah, please create user story and acceptance criteria. So I'll hit enter. So now if you see, it is started creating the user story and acceptance criteria. So now if you read this requirement, I mean this user story, it will be very easy. See, as a user, I want to access Book My Show, select my city, sign in, search for a movie, view its detail, choose my preferred language and everything. What exactly I was gathered from the product owner requirement, I was drafted in such a way that is understandable. So in the IT industry, we follow the standard format in order to understand to the end users, your development team, your testing team, your client. So that is nothing but writing user story and acceptance criteria. So this is how you need to write user story and acceptance criteria. So I definitely won't recommend you to as a beginner to depend AI tools to write this user story and acceptance criteria. But I'm saying this. I'm just saying that we can also automate things. Okay. So I will. So this is the second step of roles and responsibilities of a BA. Okay, so we'll go with the next step. So next we are done. First we have gathered the requirement, user story, and next we'll go with the process flow creation. So process flow creation, which is nothing but I would say is creating a flow charts, diagrams. So usually business analyst will need to have a great knowledge on good knowledge on sequential diagram, activity diagram, and use case diagram. So the user story which you have drafted, we need to make the same in the diagrammatic approach, meaning that now the one which you are seeing in the chat GPT, the same requirement again, this user story, we need to convert into the diagrammatic approach. So we do have a few diagrams to know. One is sequential, activity and use case. So these step also we can automate. So I would like to go with the activity. For example, let me show you activity diagram. So I will say to ChatGPT that same user story, I want plant UML code for activity diagram. And I'll click on enter. Plant UML is a kind of website. Okay. Website. I'll click on enter. Now you will get the completely code of this user story. This user story, you will get the code. So you need to copy here. You will see the option called copy and go to www.plantuml. Okay, plantuml. Click on plantuml web server and you will see this option. So here you need to erase if you have any content and paste the same and click on submit. And after clicking on submit, if you see the AI is already created a process flow diagram for you. So if you see access book my show, Google, homepage load, select city, Bangalore, sign in, valid creation, coolie, and poster rating, click book tickets, and everything was automated. So this is called process flow diagram. So business analyst can be automate things as well as they can do manually as well. Okay, so this is what called process flow diagram. Third step of a business analyst role. Let's go to the fourth step, adding requirements to into the Jira. So Jira is a project management tool, okay, where everyone can see the status and update of the project. Okay, so let me show you that as well, real time. So yeah, this is called Jira. So in the backlog, there is an option called backlog. So in the backlog below, you will see backlog. So backlog contains two types of backlog. One is product backlog and the above one is called sprint backlog. So in the product backlog, we need to add the user story, the one which we So for example, yeah. So right now we created one user story, right? Okay. This one I will copy. I will add, first of all, I need to add a title. Okay. That user story title, and I will click on this create. So once I clicked on create, so just open this, the title, and you will see the right side, this one. So in the description, you need to add the user story and acceptance criteria. This all, just copy this, copy, and go to Jira, and in the description, paste it. Then click on save. Make sure you are clicking on save. Okay. When you click on save, this will be saved. The user story and the acceptance criteria will be saved. And along with that, we are also created a process flow diagram, right? The one which you are seeing. Yeah. These also we need to attach in the same user story. Okay. So for that, let me copy this, and yeah, let me copy this, and I'll go here. I'll go here, and I'll click on this plus symbol. And if you see, there is a option called add attachment. So in the add attachment, I will be adding, yeah, I will be adding this diagram. So it will be saved under this user story. It will be attached under this user story. So if you want to see whether it was saved or not, just scroll down, and in the below you will see attachments option. So when you click on preview, you will see the diagram that you are attached. Okay. So this is how business analyst does in the Jira. This is called fourth step. And the next step is called, once you are done with adding this user story and process flow diagram in the Jira, immediately you need to get review with your product owner, because he gave you the requirement, right? So he need to get reviewed. He need to review. So if any changes happen, he will provide you the update. Okay. And the next step is, once you got the review and approval for that user story and process flow diagram, the next step as a BA activity is to present the same user story and acceptance criteria to the technical team. Like example, I would like to show you in the screen. So if you pay attention here, this actor is called business analyst, and these people are called, audience are called sorry, developer and IT team. So this is how you need to present your user story and acceptance criteria to the technical team. Okay. So this is called your fifth step, presenting the user story and process flow diagram to the technical team. And the next step is called supporting to the development team. So here, once they understand your user story and acceptance criteria, the development team will write code and build the software. So in the middle, in case if they have any clarification to be received, any challenges or any doubts or any problems, they will reach out to you as a business analyst. You need to get clarified. You need to resolve the issues. You need to overcome the problem, because user stories and process flow diagram, requirement gathering done by whom? Obviously business analyst only. So you will be the point of contact to help the development team if they are facing any issues. So this point is called sixth step of a role of business analyst, called supporting, monitoring, okay, tracking the status. And the seventh step is called testing. So business analyst will be doing a testing called UAT validation. So this is not technical, don't confuse. UAT means user acceptance testing. So this is very simple. So business analyst, this UAT means basically your project application, dummy environment. Dummy. Okay. Dummy means only business analyst will be using this UAT just for testing whether it is working or not. So let me show you UAT uh, for the requirement, the one which we wrote. So Yeah, UAT basically done the UAT validation done based on the user story and acceptance criteria. Okay, so right now we have one user story and we need to do the UAT testing for this. So first of all, we need to understand the description. This is called user story. And while testing UAT, we need to follow these steps. Okay, so let me do the UAT testing live. So first of all, what it says in the acceptance criteria, users should be able to access Book My Show either through Google search or entering the direct URL and homepage should load successfully. Okay, let me go to Book My Show. Then, as per the user story, I need to land. Okay, I need to land to the homepage successfully. Okay, I was landed to homepage successfully. And what is the next step? User must able to select their city, example Bangalore from the homepage and the system should apply the selection to further action. Okay, so right now I can see that Hyderabad. I need to select Bangalore because in the acceptance criteria it is specified as Bangalore. Okay, I have selected Bangalore. Then what is the next step we have? User should be able to sign in using either mobile number or email ID. System must validate their credential before allowing access. Okay, I already logged in. Okay. Then once signed in, user must be able to search for the movie Coolie. Okay, I'll go ahead in the search bar and I'll search the Coolie movie. Coolie. Then I'll click on enter. Once it's signed, the system should display complete movie details including poster, rating, 2D or languages, book tickets button. Let me see whether I'm able to see or not. Yeah, I was able to see the Coolie movie poster and the rating and the book tickets option, 2D and the language. So it is working as expected. Okay. Then what? On clicking on the book tickets button, a content warning message must appear. User should be able to acknowledge the warning and proceed by clicking continue. Okay. So let me click on book tickets. Okay. Content warning is appearing. So I need to click on continue. Okay. What else we have? Users should be able to select their preferred language format. For example, Telugu 2D or Tamil 2D. So, okay, right now it is asking me Telugu 2D or Tamil 2D. So I'll go with the Telugu 2D. Okay. After making a selection, the system must display all theaters in the city, Bangalore, screening cooling, and available times. So let me, okay, okay, I can see that the coolie way in whichever the theaters it was premiering, it was displaying in Bangalore along with the timings. So that means our our UAT is successful. Okay, so this is how we do UAT validation. So basically UAT testing means just verifying the our application as per the user story and acceptance criteria. So right now I was did live completely. So, so in the real time also, when you're working as a business analyst, you will be doing in same way. Process will be same. Okay. And this is called UAT testing. This is the seventh step of a BA role. And the next step of BA role is to giving the demos to your stakeholder or end user. Demos means in our school days, in our intermediate days, we used to give a presentation, right? We used to create a PowerPoint presentation by adding the screenshot and the explaining the steps of the process. In same way, about your application, about your project, you need to give a presentation to your stakeholders and end users. Okay. So this is called eighth step of a role of BA. And the ninth role of a BA was, I would like to say, was daily stand up. The Scrum ceremonies. Scrum ceremonies is nothing but these are meetings. Okay. We are naming it as ceremonies, but we call it as meetings. So here we will be having four types of meetings. But I would like to go and cover only two. So daily stand up. First meeting is daily stand up, not only for a business analyst. Every ये से टपड़ Okay, so the employees' day will begins with daily stand-up call where the business analyst will host the meeting and the development team and testing team will provide the updates of their work, what they are doing. So these meeting called daily stand-up. So business analyst needs to track the track the progress of the work, what developer and testing team are doing. That's it. This meeting all about. And the next sprint review. Sprint review means what the development team has built the software. So at the end, they will explain it to the client and stakeholder and internal team of our project. Okay, the developers will explain live completely. They will give the demo to the stakeholders and end users. And yeah, so that meeting is all about showcasing the functionality, what they have been developed as per the requirement, is it met or not. We will be verifying. Okay, so these two I would like to cover. And the next duty of a BA was creating user manuals and training materials. User manuals means I would say was one of the real-time example is when you're purchasing a product, okay, from the market. Usually the companies will tend to give you a booklet, a safety booklet, which is used for to use the product, how to use the product, right? It can be electronic or fridge or mobile, or if you're purchasing anything, any gadgets. Usually, company will provide you the instruction booklet, right? Which contains complete details of the product, how to use. Okay, so like for example, let me show you. Yeah, yeah, let me show you LG AC. So when LG AC is purchased, usually every company will provide you the user manual booklet or guide. So this is how business analyst needs to capture the screenshot and needs to uh, define the steps, how to use the your application. Okay, like for example, this is LG AC. This is a user manual for LG AC. So the company was outlined the steps in such a way that is understandable and how to use the LG AC to the customers. They were also added the screenshot as well for better understanding. So similarly, you as a business analyst needs to create a user manual about your application, your project. Okay, same way, you need to add the screenshot for better understanding, and you need to define the steps. You need to define the steps properly so that the customers, whoever is going to use your application or project, or whoever is going to use your application, they will get the a clarification and better understanding. When you provide this user manual documentation to your customers or end users, they will get a clarity. So same way in the real time also, when we are purchasing any electronic gadgets, so definitely we will be reading the uh, complete instructions from the booklet, right? Whenever we are purchase a product. So same way you need to create a user manual. Okay, so user manual, you need to attach a screenshot about your application. You need to define You need to properly define the documentation and you need to share it to your customers so that they will start using your application with this documentation which you have created. The documentation which you have created, based on that only, they will start using the application. For their understanding only, we need to create the user manuals. This is the 10th role of a BA. And the 11th role I would say was production release. Understand guys, production means live, completely live. Okay, so here also as a business analyst, you will be doing testing, but not like how you did for UAT. UAT you are done very deeper way, but in the production you need to be very careful because it's a live customers application. So you will be checking basically the interface point of view. For example, assume that this is your project, sorry, your application. So in the production, so this is your production application. So here you need to just see whether after clicking on movies what it's showing. Yeah, in search bar what it's showing. Okay, and and uh, and what activities contains. Okay, so you need to explore and do the testing just from the use, user interface point of view. User interface point of view means you need to check only home page and dashboard, whether everything was as expected or not, as according to the requirement or not. You should not do any testing very deeperly in the production. You need to just explore, that's it. Okay, after clicking on what it's showing. Okay, once you click on coolly what it is showing. Okay, you should not do any testing deeper way in the production because as it is environment. Again, you need to do the testing here. Okay, you're doing basically in the UAT. UAT you need to do very deeper way. Okay, because it's a dummy environment, dummy application. But production is not like dummy environment, it is users environment. So you need to do just interface what it is contain, what fields it are, what fields it contains, what features it contains, whether it is as expected or not, as per the requirement. You need to verify that. Okay, so this is basically roles and responsibilities of a business analyst completely in real time. So yeah, so if you're someone who was interested, please do contact us so that we will start off the batch, and I'll see you all in next class. Thank you.